All right. Good day. Good day. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. All right. We got chapter 4 now. I'm sure those who have subscribed and listened to the other videos that I had downloaded in my channel, YouTube channel. So if you want to backtrack and follow up where I started at, go to my first video and you know, I we read chapter 1 and broke it down, explained, read for words, step by step, chapter, so we could get an understanding of what we're reading. No feelings, no yelling, no dancing. Um, we're not even gonna get down with dealing with certain words that's originally in Hebrew. I may mention it here and there, or um, might get a dictionary, Hebrew dictionaries, to get the true meaning of a certain word, so we get the real meaning. But I'll let you guys do that also. I need to do that. Whoever's listening, you want to know the real translation or meaning of a word, what language, you know, this verse or chapter was in. You'll see it's totally different. Um, some translation in English, which is Old English we're reading now, some of it is close to the original language. A lot of it, most of it is not. So it's 2023. It's a lot of information out here, a lot of misinformation. But if you do the research, you'll find the facts. Okay. But if you read this book, you'll see, compared to what you believe in or what you think you know, if you read it for yourself, you'll see, the conspiracy, the trials and tribulations, the wars, the death, the killings. It's totally different to what your pastor or preacher or what you've been taught for many years. So let's go. All right. We're on chapter 4, right? And mind you, like I said, the camera is going to move because, I may be gesticulating with my arms and while I'm reading. And so just grab your Bible, King James Version, or whatever other version you have, the American version, Jehovah's Witness version, Baptist version, the Catholic version. Some of it might be saying different interpretation, but it's still on the same lane of what the verse I'm reading is saying within the chapter. So, all right. So, and Adam knew Eve, right? His wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, right? And said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. Okay. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground already, right? And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord, right? I mean, Lord, in Hebrew, Lord is like Rabboni, rabbi, means master, Lord, you know. So man is Lord also. I mean, if you look at, the British royal family, blood family, even today they call each other lords. They could bless another man to be a lord. Sir, Lord. You know, even when you buy real estate, you're a landlord. You're the lord of the land. So the rabbis within the Jewish faith, they called a teacher rabbi. Rabboni means master, Lord. So, okay. Verse 4, chapter 4, verse 4. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. The fat, I guess, the milk, the fat within of the flock. Could be a lamb, sheep, goat. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering, he had not respect. Okay, so God is not respecting Cain. I guess Abel food, he's bringing offerings now. You gotta understand this, what we're reading here. He's bringing offerings. It's just like, it's what you do when you bring respect to someone, your master, your pimp or your hustler or, the person you look up to. You bring home the bacon, but it has to be the best. But let's read on. I mean, this is very interesting. But unto Cain and to his offering, he had not respect. He didn't respect his. And Cain was very wroth. Wroth. Look up that word wroth. I guess, not I guess, but it means like upset, mean, emotional, mad. It was very wroth. Not too many people use that word. Anyway. And his countenance fell. His whole spirit fell. His conscience, his morale. All right. God made him feel like that, right? He made him feel bad. God made him feel bad. It's like, yo, your offering sucks. Step up your game. Oh, man. It's funny. Verse 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? It's Old English with a question mark. And why is thy countenance fallen? No one speaks like this. So definitely, in the Hebrew language, in Aramic, which Hebrew comes from Aramic, it's totally different. But anyway, verse 7, if thou dost well, shalt thou not be accepted? So if you work hard, if you do well, you'll be accepted. I'm not going to accept you now. Your shit is whack. Excuse me for cursing, but what you bring to the table is whack, buddy. Your brother Abel, you know what I'm saying? He's bringing the good stuff. The fat, the meat, I'm eating good. Bring something good. And if thou does not well, send life at the door. Send life at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. Wow. Killed him. Jealousy. But who created that jealousy, though? I mean, if you think about it, if God had showed love to Cain also and say, hey, great work, appreciate the hustle, appreciate what you brought to the table, let's eat. Let's everybody eat. You know, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna say Abel is better than you or Cain is better. You know, you better than Abel. You know, y'all brothers. Y'all my sons. You know, I created you, and no judgment. You know, your stuff is good. but God downplayed him. It's like, yo, you know, your stuff is whack. You know, your stuff is no good. You know, I'm not gonna bless you. And that created, you know, his countenance failed. He became Worf. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that. Wroth. Worf. Anyway, so he killed him, right? And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel, thy brother? I mean, here we go. If the way y'all be saying God is all-knowing, omnipresence, etc., the omnipotent, you know, he should know, right? It's the same thing when he asked, you know, when he was looking for Abel in the garden. Anyway, all right. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? A lot of people like to say that. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand? When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And this is what he's telling Cain now. You know, you killed your brother, you ain't gonna be nothing now. You'll be slave. But wasn't he a slave already? I mean, till the ground, you know, work, be naked, etc. But anyway, and verse 13, chapter 4. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that finds me shall slay me. What? I mean, I'm making some good points here. You guys need, you know, ladies and gentlemen and children, you know, and adults in the room. You gotta highlight these. You know, these are good questions. I mean, who you hiding from? I thought it was only Cain and Abel, Adam and Eve. Let's read that again. Hold on. Verse 13, Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that find me shall slay me. Who's going to find you and slay you? Who is these people? And the Lord said unto him, therefore, verse 15, chapter 4, whosoever slave Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. So whoever, well, is this talking about the people that he created before? In chapter 2? Hold on, what's that verse? Chapter 1, verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. Why we don't talk about these people? Who these people? Remember, he created these people before Adam and Eve in verse, chapter 2. Right? God saying, whosoever slay Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain. So there's a mark is placed on him. A mark is placed on him. So, something that was going to make him look different. Something is going to be placed on him. What's, a mark, some type of mark is placed upon Cain. So when other people, other races or tribes of people see him, they're going to know not to mess with him. Right? Least any finding him should kill him. Verse 16, chapter 4, verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, right, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden, the land of Nod. And Cain knew his wife. He found a wife there. But I thought it was only Adam and Eve. Where all these people came from? It's a missing link there. Y'all got to do some research. He found his wife in the land of Nod. And she conceived and bare Enoch. And he built a city. Built a whole city. He went to school, learned about, how to be an architect, be a general contractor, learn about measurements, and he was a mathematician, to build a city. It's not no easy task. And called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Arad, and Arad beget Mehujael, and Mehujael beget Methuselah, and Methusael beget Lamech. Right, verse 19, chapter 4. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. Got 2 wives. Right? This is, polygamy, outside of the Bible, in the Bible, different religion before Islam, Christian, Jewish, Judaism, different cultures within Africa and Asia go back, 1,000 years with polygamy. So ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, polygamy always been around. The name of the one was Adar, and the name of the other Zillah. And Adar bare Jabal, and he was the father of such as dwell in the tents and such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. Chapter 4, verse 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. See? And the sister of Tubal Cain was Namal. He's a craftsman, blacksmiths and all that stuff. Building stuff. Right? Yeah, Enoch had a city named after him. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adar and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man. To my wounding, and a young man to my heart. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. All these people coming out of nowhere. I mean, can't find a wife in the land of Nod. Like I said, we was taught that Adam and Eve, were the only one, right? And Cain and Abel. All right, so verse 25, chapter 4. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. This is the second wife of Adam? Because he knew his wife Eve already. It's supposed to be a second wife. Where did the second wife come from? Anyway, and call his name Seth. For God said, she hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. So men began worshiping the Lord. Became, this is when men started calling upon the name of the Lord. All right. So before that, it wasn't calling upon the Lord. It was after Enos. Right. And he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. All right, so very interesting. Where did these people come from? The land of Nod. Cain found his wife. God saying, Cain, step up your game, bring more to the table. I like Abel's stuff better than yours, which created jealousy and all that. Got my man Abel got him murdered. So, yeah, I gotta look into that. Do some research, read between the lines. This is common sense. Think about it. We're going to read chapter 5 next time, the next video. I appreciate you guys, logging in and listening to me and reading with me. So wherever you're at throughout the world, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Until the next time, spread the word, subscribe, do some research. That's all I say. I may, I'm just dealing with common sense here. We're reading, word for word, chapter for chapter. Let's make it sense, All right, till the next time. Peace. Travel safely. Be blessed.